Okay, hello guys, welcome to this amazing session of the Soulful Selling Dojo. So those sessions are where we actually come practice, okay? The master classes is more theory. Today we practice, and today we have an amazing session about embodied influence. We're gonna do two activities, one on identity activation, and then a wonderful breath work journey with team, okay? As always, make sure that you are prepared, eliminate all the distractions, especially for the breathwork journey. You need to be not interrupted, right? So create the space. If you need to close some doors, lock some children in a room, just kidding, or whatever you do. Okay? Now, take a deep breath in. Just place a hand on your heart and just check in. Right. And then maybe type in the chat. Type in the chat. Just take point two in one word. How are you feeling right now? I'm feeling excited. Type in the chat an emoji that represents how you're feeling. Let's bring out some energy. I'm gonna put a star. I'm super excited. Curious. Okay. Tired, happy, foggy, excited. Type in the chat, guys. Okay, very beautiful. Without further ado, guys, let's get started. So we're gonna talk about identity, and we're gonna do a breath work, because all of that we teach in Soulful Selling is not just about keeping it at the level of your mind, but it's really about embodying it, right? And you will see why Tim is such a good closer, because he embodied those things. And we explain in the first session of mindset that people feel you, and people don't only feel what's happening, like in your brain. Is really a matter of your body language, your physiology, your nervous system, even where your awareness is centered. Are you stuck in your head thinking, what are you saying next? Or are you present with your breath? It's a completely different experience, right? So today, I want to start by working on your identity. In future modules, we're going to go very deep on identity work. And there is this quote, your identity is your destiny. One of the best experts on habits and identity is James Clear. He has an amazing book. We're going to give it to you in the reference library of the course. The book is called Atomic Habits. And he talks about the fact that true change really happens when you tap into identity. Because you can try to change your actions, your habits, what you do, what you say, your words, but it's not as powerful as when you really have a deep identity level change. So repeat after me, deep identity level change. For example, if I say, I'm trying to stop smoking, is a completely different statement than saying I'm not a smoker, or I don't smoke, or I'm a healthy person, right? So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to work on identity, because we can teach you all those techniques, but we want to install a new self-image for you. So today is going to be dedicated about becoming a person that naturally sells with confidence. So that soulful selling, the things we will be teaching to you, is not going to be something you do, it's going to be something that you are. Okay, how many of you resonates? So the second thing, no, sorry, not the second thing, still about identity, is that this is really about the ultimate transformation, right? So the ultimate form of motivation is when those habits that we're going to be learning, those techniques are going to be part of your identity, right? Another example is instead of saying I need to sell more, we could say I am a confident, authentic closer or leader, right? And you can apply this to closing, to selling, to prosperity, because if you have a negative self-image, or you have a problematic relationship with money or with prosperity, it's really going to come across, right? So we want to transform that. Now, question, how many of you have heard of the alter ego effect. Have you heard of the alter ego effect? No? Great other book, which we're going to give in the reference, by Todd Ehrman. Todd Ehrman is a trainer of top athletes, top performer, and he wrote this amazing book. And he said, you have the power to recreate yourself. So one thing that we're going to go way deeper in another session, but I want to talk quickly about unlocking your inner superhero. When we're talking about changing yourself and your identity, you say, wait a second, Frans, you teach me about authenticity. I don't want to change who I am. I want to be authentic. Well, you know what Todd Ehrman says? That you don't have to change who you are, but simply we are activating a version inside of you that already exists. There is already a soulful closer inside of you. There is already a person that knows how to do stuff. There is already a more prosperous version of you, a more confident version of you. And by the way, modern science, when we look into epigenetics, actually your DNA is programmed to have like a lot of different frequencies inside and way to express itself. So I want you to know that some top athletes, and I'm talking about Beyonce, Bo Jackson, Kobe Bryant, David Bowie, Serena Williams, they use an alter ego to really step into the best self, right? To take a persona that embodies more mastery, right? For example, Beyonce, when she started her career, she was actually very shy because she comes from a very Catholic background, and she was very uncomfortable being on stage, you know, being like, you know, the center of the attention. And she created for herself an alter ego called Sasha Fierce, right? And it's a very fascinating story. So just as an athlete might become champion on the self, I would love to invite you to create an alter ego and to create an identity where this becomes part of who you are. It's not something you do. It's not a technique, right? Sounds good? Sounds exciting?
It sounds great, bro. Can I share something quickly, because it's simply reality? So after a while working for Stoma, I think Niraj started to call me an action hero. And then in meetings, I showed up as either Jean-Claude Van Damme or Sylvester Stallone. And it might sound ridiculous, but it actually, like, you know, I didn't even know about this theory, but I started like seeing myself as a sales action hero, and it was really beautiful.
Yeah, and you can see that this is something we teach all of our team members in the company. You see the team as the Soulful Sales Jedi, who is Nestor, you know, even some of our team members here in the chat, they have special names because we have superhero identities, right? Cool. Okay, guys. So now we're going to go dive directly to the exercise. You're going to need a piece of paper or a notebook, or even if you don't feel shy, you can type in the chat directly. And this is what we are going to do, okay? I'm going to even type it for you in the chat as an exercise, right? So we call this one the identity activation exercise, right? Because most people focus on what they do, their habits, their goals, their results, what they say, but lasting change happens when you change who you are. So instead of saying, I want to sell more, we say, I am an amazing, soulful closer, whatever resonates with you. So first of all, we start by an identity statement. For example, you could write down by a certain date, for example, a month from now, or starting today, right? I am the person who, for example, by November 30, by the end of this month, I'm a person who can close deals with authenticity. Or I'm a person who enroll 10 aligned clients with calm and confidence, right? Step 2, you're going to write, I'm going to give you the whole overview, then we're going to do it step by step, section by section, okay? So 2, we're going to create a purpose, right? We need a strong emotional purpose for this identity. And we're going to say, because I stand for. For example, because I stand for integrity and transformation. Because I want to give other permission to grow. Because whatever is your purpose, okay? Because I want to be a great role model. Because I want to live in prosperity. Because I want to honor my creator. Whatever is your purpose. Number 3, we're going to go into rules, right? We're going to define your new rules. For example, those could be things like I always, I never, or I optimize. For example, I always prepare before a call, or I never rush connection, or I optimize for clarity, right? And finally, to really anchor those things, we're going to do an action, right? A proof of action. You're going to prove it to yourself, and you're going to pick an action that you will do by the end of this week, or maybe by next Tuesday before the next training, right? For example, you could say, I will send 5 personalized voice message to potential client, right? Wherever you are, some of you are already closers, some of you are at the beginning of their journey, whatever makes sense for you, okay? So now I'm gonna type it in the chat, and we're gonna start by the first exercise. I'm gonna put some music. I'm just gonna give you a few minutes, and you're just gonna have the time to write down, okay? I'm gonna type the exercise in the chat. Bam. So take your notepad. Very good. Maybe a couple of minutes by a certain date, starting today, by the end of the month. What's your new identity? Write it down. If you feel good about it, then share it in the chat if you feel to share. You should be writing down, do the exercise, even if you watch the recording. Okay, are you guys all done? Can we move to the next point? I'm gonna put it in the chat. Step 2, the purpose anchor. Because I stand for. What values or purpose drives your new identity? 2 more minutes. Go. And if you're done, please share it in the chat. It's so cool to see some of your. Okay, how are you guys doing? Can we move to step 3? And step 3, I'm gonna type it in the chat for you guys. Rules. Okay, rules. I always, I never, You don't necessarily need to use those words, or I'm the person who, or I optimize. You write down your 3 rules. Two minutes for this one. Basically, the rules, imagine you are this new identity, this new person. What are the things that come naturally to this person? Could also be a belief, like, I know that I can connect authentically and close deals with aligned people. Or everywhere I go, I meet potential clients. One more minute for this. Okay, and then number 4, I'll give you the proof of action. By tomorrow, by the end of the week, I would say don't take more than 7 days to pick your, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Okay. And 2 more minutes for this one too. So what is a small action that proves that your new identity is real? And adapt it to your level. If you're a closer, already a professional sales rep, maybe you can try to connect more prospect or show up in a different way your new call. Maybe you're a business owner and you're struggling at something. So you want to show up with a new attitude, or you want to do something new. One minute remaining. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, are you all guys done or you need more time? Of course, you can review the exercise and go deeper. And type in the chat. I would like to see at least a couple of I am the person who. I'll see this change in identity. Because what we're going to do next with Tim We're going to do the breath work. So we're going to let go of anything else that it's in your way of creating this identity. I'm going to read some. Carms is saying, by November, I'm finished writing my book because I stand for creating impact. I will do what I commit to. I always reach my goals. I will write every day until it's done. Sell 100 by Christmas. It's so cool. Big love shower for Carms. She's the founder and creator of the best book club ever, actually. She's so cool. Feel free to type the book club link in the chat, Carms. Okay, Michael is saying, I am the person who creates value added. Beautiful, simple and powerful. And Danielle is writing, I am the person who dares to take action, stay flexible in thought and movement, and embrace this new world that calls for better care for each other and for the planet. Wow, that's so beautiful, guys. We'd love to see those in the community. Sasha, by 30th of October, my birthday, wow, this is going to be so cool. I will let go of chasing money and start attracting it by being my most authentic self. Beautiful. Love shower for Sasha. Good, guys. Okay, one more. Share one more in the chat. I want to see one more. And give us a feedback, guys. How are we doing? Do you want to do more session on these kind of things? Yeah? Do you like it? This is a very unique sales training. Yes, cool.